And here's the latest development coming in, once again raising several eyebrows. Gangster Anand Mohan was released from jail early this morning at 3 a.m. That's right, Bihar gangster turned politician Anand Mohan was released from jail in this 30-year-old murder case. Now, the Nitish Kumar government, remember, tweaked the prison rules to facilitate his release. Anand Mohan was out of jail on parole for the third time for his son's engagement, which, by the way, was attended by the top leaders of Nitish Sarkar. Nitish, his deputy, were all seen attending this Don-turned Neta's son's engagement. Meanwhile, on the completion of his parole period, Anand Mohan returned to the Saharsa jail on Wednesday to complete the formalities for his release. But the timing of the release, very, very questionable in nature. What was the hurry? Why is it that he was released from the jail at 3 a.m.? This is, of course, reports suggesting that his release took place early this morning, but Bihar government had recently amended the prison rules, allowing the release of 27 convicts, including him. Now, remember, he's a former MLA, Lok Sabha MP, who was convicted for the murder of then IS officer. The DM was back then lynched by a mob in 1994, and it was first in 2007 that Anand Mohan was sentenced to death by a court. Though later the High Court had commuted it to life imprisonment, but the opposition parties in Bihar have strongly objected to the release of Anand Mohan. They have raised certain questions on why these prison rules were tweaked, ensuring his release, paving the way essentially for his release. And in the meanwhile, we've seen how the DM's daughter, the slain DM's daughter, also spoke to Times Now, gave out that reaction to the media, spoke of how the Don's release was very, very disheartening for the entire family. The family also saying that the government should reconsider this decision, requesting Nitish Kumar Sarkar to give a second thought to the decision. Yet we do not see any changes. Instead, we saw the Don-turned Neta get out of the jail at 3 a.m. this morning. There have been sharp reactions coming in on part of the BJP as well, objecting strongly to the withdrawal of the clause from the jail manual regarding the serving of life term in cases of heinous crime, especially with regards to the clause that has led to the release of Anand Mohan and 26 others. The BJP, of course, saying that the people in the Nitish government have deliberately done this, keeping in mind the vote bank politics and their selfish needs. So that's the latest coming in. And like I pointed out, the slain DM's daughter, who also spoke to the media a short while ago, now joining us live on the broadcast. We have Padma with us. Thank you, ma'am, for taking out your time and speaking to us here on Times Now. It's a heartbreaking story indeed. But what do you make of the entire scenario? We've seen you raise certain questions with the Nitish government. We've seen you raise objections to the tweak in the jail manual, the prison rules. But now him being released at 3 a.m. early this morning, the latest that you feel about this case?
Well, it's very disheartening to know that, Anand Mohan was released today at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sure that Nitish Kumar ji has a big hand in this. And sometimes we just don't understand that a chief minister like Nitish Kumar ji, who has a very good name in Bihar, had to take the support from Anand Mohan, who is a criminal, who is the accused in killing of my father. It's very disheartening, and we have already started working on how to appeal to the Supreme Court and the Prime Minister. So we are working on it, and I'm hoping that something really changes. Maybe there are celebrations at his house, but there is only sorrow at our house. All that I can say is whatever has happened to us in the past or whatever is happening to us right now is very unfair. And whatever decision that has been taken should be taken back, and that's our sincere request.
Okay. Well, we really want to understand from you, Padma, because like you said, that what the family perhaps is going through at this point in time is not reaching out to the Nitish government, and perhaps why all of those pleas have fallen on deaf ears today. But with regards to this big decision that has been made, that has essentially paved the way for Anand Mohan's release, don't you think in that sense it's not just your family that feels that the government has failed them today, the entire nation feels the same?
Absolutely. The entire nation feels about it because, I was going through the videos yesterday, and the state of Bihar, the people of Bihar are feeling so bad about the decision that has been taken to get, Anand Mohan Singh out. There are a lot of people who are preparing for civil services, UPSC. They're not feeling safe. They're completely against the decision of not being in Bihar if they are getting a posting in Bihar after they clear the exam. So this is the kind of fear the state of Bihar has developed in people. I mean, any state, people should go to any state with happiness and without, having such kind of fears in them. There are people who are still roaming with guns in Bihar. So who is giving them this right? Okay. Who is giving them the right to kill other people?
And are you personally very convinced, Padma, that these prison rules have been tweaked recently, which has, of course, allowed the release of these 27 convicts, including Anand Mohan, and all of this has been a pre-planned conspiracy in that sense? Are you convinced? If yes, why?
Well, I'm not 100% sure about it because, it could be a conspiracy. It could be, definitely PM Modi ji also would have known about it before having this change in prison manual. I'm seriously surprised that how did PM Modi ji agree to this? Everything can't be about politics, right? India is a country where people are known because people are very emotional here. So that should be respected. It's just not about politics all the time, okay, winning in politics. And I'm pretty sure it's about the vote bank, about the Rajput politics and to get more number of votes. PM Modi ji should also consider this, that, how great my father was.
Yes, absolutely. Padma, really being able to sense your pain, feel your pain at the moment, but many are also drawing a direct parallel with what's happened in Uttar Pradesh in the meanwhile and how a crackdown on the mafias continues in the state. Would you also want to perhaps equate it to that and speak on how perhaps it's high time that Indian politicians move past this kind of a behavior, especially keeping in mind appeasement?
Definitely. There should be, I hope definitely that there should be a law and there should be a rule in place that, when Nirbhaya case had happened, people, the entire nation, every house felt the pain. So because there is a law in place right now, there is fear in people to, do such things. So this mafia and this gangster thing that is going around right now, and this happens a lot towards the north of India. So PM Modi ji should think about it. This gangster and mafia should be completely erased. There should be fear in politicians that they cannot be going out and killing people. And I personally feel that India is a developing country because honest officers are being killed, brutally killed. And, if there are no honest officers in India, how do you think that India will be a developed country like a USA or any other countries? So there should not just be a change in the Indian government. There should be a rule that should come out. There should be fear in people. They should not be allowed with guns to roam on the roads. Police officers are meant to have the guns. That's what I read in the school. That's it.
Now, we did hear from you, Padma,
like
on repeated occasions.
Bihar needs to change a lot.
Yes, and you reached out to the Chief Minister, made an appeal directly to him. On a personal level, you've of course been speaking with the media as well, and you've been calling this decision extremely unfair. But apart from making this appeal, requesting the government to reverse its decision, anything that you're going to be doing in days to come, formally lodging a complaint, perhaps taking it to higher authorities?
Yes, IAS Association, my dad's batchmates and everybody are working on this, and they're trying to kind of like really work hard to get justice for my dad. So proceeding legally is something my mother is taking care of, but if we are called to the Supreme Court and if we will have to speak about this entire thing, we'll definitely come there, and we hope that our voice reaches to the entire nation and especially Bihar.
But Padma, what justifies this? I mean, according to this clause from the Bihar prison manual, anyone who was found guilty of killing a government official would not be given the benefit of remission ever. Now, on the 10th of April, the Bihar government particularly removes this clause. What justifies this? Why do you think this was done, if not deliberately?
Well, I mean, in the past, Nitish Kumar ji had brought a rule that these criminals who are killing honest officers should always be given life imprisonment. इनको सजा मिलनी ही चाहिए. It was a rule that was brought about by Nitish Kumar itself, and today it's been tweaked. So there's definitely a big conspiracy in this. Okay, and I think he definitely would be getting a lot of benefits by Anand Mohan coming out from the jail. So yeah, I don't know why Nitish Kumar had to say something like that and then, bringing change.
It's quite sad that we're having to, discuss politics in our country to this an extent. But do you think the state government in that sense has placed its own personal calculations and strategy above the nation's interest today in doing so and eventually ensuring and enabling the likes of Anand Mohan's release?
Like you said, I mean, it's true. It's definitely true because in a country like India, I mean, there are very few states that have a lot of gangster thing and mafia thing going on. There are a lot of other states also who are not into this. Like I'm proud to say that I belong to Telangana and I'm from here because here we feel that we are safe. But why is it that Bihar is not developing? Why is it that it's still stuck there? It was the same when I was 4 years old. It's the same now. In fact, I got like 2-3 opportunities to visit Bihar and be there, but I never came because till today, after 30 years also, I still feel that Bihar is not a safe place. It's only because the criminals there are given so much leeway that they can do anything, get away with killing people, get away with killing IAS officers, honest officers. I think it's just not my father who was killed in Bihar. There were also other officers, civil servants who were killed in Bihar by these gangsters. So I think it's high time that, it could be Nitish Kumar, it could be PM Modi ji. They should think about this, that why are these criminals allowed to, roam on the roads like this? It's very disrespectful to the post of Indian Administrative Service.
I wouldn't want to actually ask you this, but I can't help but highlight the same. I mean, you have the likes of Nitish Kumar and his deputy attend Anand Mohan's son's engagement while he was out on parole. Now, how does that make you feel? And that's why everyone today is asking this one question and highlighting the fact that perhaps in politics there are no permanent friends or foes, but permanent interests.
Definitely. Permanent interest is definitely there, and that is why Nitish Kumar is attending all the gatherings, all the functions. I mean, what benefit? I personally want to go and ask Nitish Kumar that, why is it that he had to take this decision? I mean, is he really a good person? You know it. I mean, you know the kind of service my father had done when he was in Bihar. He wanted to implement so many things in terms of policies, in terms of amendments. He wanted to do a lot to the people of Bihar. He still didn't belong to that place. He was not born there. But just because he belonged to a different state and to a Dalit community, they didn't let him do anything there. So definitely there is a big hand of Nitish Kumar ji to get Anand Mohan out, and he will, if this continues, definitely he will not come in the next elections. Maybe he's thinking that he'll get a couple of votes, but it's not going to last for long.
But I mean, how do you then gain the public's trust? On one hand, we have Nitish Kumar, and I'm going to have to take it to a broader arena of discussion as well, because in the latest we've seen Nitish Kumar, for example, reach out to several other opposition leaders. Mamata Banerjee, they want to stitch an anti-BJP front, take on the BJP in 2024. They're emerging as one of the front runners, the likes of Nitish Kumar, and that's the kind of example and precedent they're setting in their own home ground.
Well, I think before they do something like this, they should come and speak with us. I think we should be given justice first, because abhi tak to we have not got justice. Okay, we were happy that in 2007 when the case had come out and Anand Mohan was given hanged to death, but later he had appealed to the Supreme Court and then High Court, and then he it was reduced to life imprisonment. And now he's coming out after 14 years, and maybe Nitish Kumar ji didn't want him to stay there for a long time, and he's just roaming free now. So.
And shockingly,
I don't know much about
it's so
politics,
unfortunate because there are people who are favoring this decision by the Nitish government today, who in fact are saying that law is the same for one and all. And while he may have served a sentence of 14 years, is perhaps why this kind of a remission or an exemption is being granted to him. There are grounds to it. That's what some have to say while justifying this act. It's very shocking and unfortunate. Padma, stay on with us. Let me quickly take in a word from one of my colleagues, Saket, also, who's tracking the latest in this case. Saket, क्या जानकारी दे सकते हैं कि ये 3 बजे सुबह रिलीज क्यों हुआ? काफी सवाल इस पे भी उठ रहे हैं, साकेत।
देखिए 3 बजे सुबह रिलीज किया गया, लेकिन जो जेल प्रशासन है उसके तरफ से ये जानकारी दी गई है कि लगभग 6:15 बजे 6:15 पर उन्हें रिलीज किया गया है। लेकिन 6 बजे से यहीं पर ये आप देखिए जेल का यहीं से ये जो सहरसा जेल है मंडल कारा, वो यही है। आगे आप देख पा रहे होंगे बैरिकेटिंग है इसके आगे। यहाँ सुबह से मीडिया के लोग यहाँ पर मौजूद है, हमारी भी टीम यहाँ पर मौजूद थी, लेकिन यहाँ 6 बजे के बाद नहीं, यानी कि 6 बजे से पहले उनको यहाँ से निकाला गया है। भले अब जेल प्रशासन ये कह रहा है कि 6:15 पर उनको यहाँ से रिलीज किया गया है, लेकिन सवाल ये उठता है कि आखिर चुपचाप क्यों निकाला गया, जबकि ये जानकारी थी। बड़ी संख्या में इनके समर्थक भी यहाँ पर देखिए जुटे हुए हैं, और इन समर्थकों को भी ये जानकारी थी कि लगभग 1 बजे के आसपास ये निकलेंगे, और उसके बाद यहाँ से उनका रोड शो और तमाम जो तैयारियाँ हैं वो इन कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा की गई थी। लेकिन ये लोग अभी भी पहुँचे हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर उससे पहले जो है आनंद मोहन को यहाँ से रिलीज कर दिया गया। हम कुछ लोगों से बात भी कर लेते हैं। आप लोग बाहर से आए हैं?
नहीं, हम लोग लोकल हैं, सहरसे के रहने वाले।
क्या जानकारी थी आप लोगों को?
हम लोग को जानकारी थी कि 1 बजे आनंद मोहन जी की रिहाई है। यहाँ से हम लोग जो है सो लोकल डीबी रोड होते हुए बनगांव होते हुए पचगछिया उनके निजी आवास पर जाना है, वहाँ हम सभा होगा, फिर उसके बाद अगला कार्यक्रम होगा।
क्या वो कार्यक्रम अभी है या कि
नहीं है? कैंसिल नहीं है।
ये जो कार्यक्रम आगे का है वो आप लोगों को बताया गया है अभी?
हाँ, सब अपडेट है, सब अपडेट।
मतलब कार्यक्रम होगा, रोड शो करेंगे?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल निश्चित है।
तो आप लोग बड़ी संख्या में यहाँ पर जुटे हैं?
हाँ, अभी तो उधर आप पूरे शहर में जाइए, पूरा शहर जैसे है कि जश्न मना रहा है, पूरे शहर जाम हो चुका है।
तो बिल्कुल देखिए जो समर्थक है उनमें खुशी है, बड़ी संख्या में लोग यहाँ पर पहुँचे हैं, और सहरसा ही नहीं बल्कि आसपास के जिलों से भी लोग यहाँ पर पहुँचे हैं उनके समर्थक। और इन लोगों का कहना है कि जो आनंद मोहन इतने दिनों से सजा काट रहे थे उनके साथ न्याय हुआ है, लेकिन सवाल सरकार पर उठ रहा है कि आखिर नियम में बदलाव करके आनंद मोहन को रिहा किया गया है, आखिर उसके पीछे की क्या वजह है, क्या वोट बैंक की पॉलिटिक्स है? तमाम ऐसे सवाल है जिस पर अब नीतीश कुमार को जवाब देना होगा। और आज जिस तरह से चुपचाप आनंद मोहन को जेल से रिहा किया गया, मीडिया से बचाते हुए, भीड़ भाड़ से बचाते हुए उनको निकाला गया, इससे सवाल और भी पुख्ता हो जाता है कि आखिर इसकी जरूरत क्या थी? क्यों नहीं वो मीडिया में आकर बात कर रहे हैं? क्यों वो अभी भी किसी को जानकारी नहीं है कि आनंद मोहन आखिर हैं कहाँ? तो ये तमाम ऐसे सवाल हैं जो अब बिहार के सिस्टम से पूछा जाएगा, बिहार के सरकार से पूछा जाएगा, नीतीश कुमार से पूछा जाएगा।
जी, मिठाइयाँ बांटी जा रही हैं, लोग उनका नाम ले खुशियां मना रहे हैं। Padma, how does that make you feel? 15 years on, Anand Mohan is a free man. He walks out of the jail and is being praised by his supporters. They're distributing sweets. They're saying finally Anand Mohan छूट गए जेल से।
Well, like I said, I'm sure that there are celebrations at his house, and we are feeling very bad about this because we know the kind of suffering and the pain that we went through. It's been 30 years now, and the question is kind of like not about his house or our house. It's about the nation. It's about the people of the nation, what they are currently feeling right now. So, my dad kind of like worked tirelessly in day and night. He used to sleep in the huts of poor people when there were floods in Bihar. I mean, where did all of that service go? I mean, is this the reward that Bihar government is giving to my father? He kind of like sacrificed his entire time, his family, to work for the people of Bihar, for the betterment of Bihar. And is this the kind of, and I'm pretty sure at that point of time, there could be a lot of changes that my dad would have bought that could have benefited a lot of people there. Where is all of that gone? I mean, today there are celebrations going on because he is a gangster there.
Yes.
Absolutely. And he killed an honest IAS officer.
allowing this
is
change
the
in the
value that
rules,
our India
Padma,
is giving?
paving the way for his release, all of this citing good behavior. Imagine you murder someone and you get away with it because you've behaved well in jail for 14 or 15 years. It's absolutely shocking. And, you know, really hoping that justice comes your way. Padma, thank you so much for taking out your time and speaking to us here on Times Now. Thanking Saket as well. We continue to track this story relentlessly, viewers. Politics, of course, been peaking over the release of Anand Mohan, with all parties passing the buck and playing a blame game. That's what the family has had